On today's Toy Spot, we'll be having a look at the Hasbro The Amazing Spider-Man comic series Symbiote Strike Spider-Man. As with every other Spider-Man line, there always is that token. Oh, Spot had to watch what he was about to say. There's always a token symbiote Spider-Man. I averted that one, I think, quite well. Comes with a plasma cannon. There's also a little try-me gizmo jigger right in there. It's a silly little gizmo, but we'll get into that in a second. On the back of the package, you can see the Spider-Man holding it. I gotta say though, the figure on the back, the sheen and the black and everything else, I think looks a little nicer than the figure itself. This figure, perhaps I just grabbed the wrong one, but this figure seems to have a lot of blue on him. A little too much for my liking. It says trigger attack tentacles. Indeed. Down below, other figures, none of which have names, each sold separately. The Venom, I would say, is definitely worth picking up. Of course, we'll get into that again when, well, I have picked up that Venom. He is going to get reviewed, so don't worry. What I am going to do is take a bit of a break. I'm going to get this out of package, and when we come back, there's definitely more. There's more on the way if you guys thought this was solely the review. If you thought this was just the end of the review here, you clearly are new to this channel because I've still got lots more rambling to go on. But I am going to take a bit of a break, going to get this out of package, and when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the comic series Symbiote Strike Spider-Man. Stay tuned. Alright, let's first have a look at the plasma cannon. I don't know why they really call it a plasma cannon. Clearly it looks more like symbiote webbing than anything else. Oh, there goes Spider-Man. We'll get into it. Get to that figure in a second. You press the little button on the bottom. It's actually more like a little disc, actually. And it retracts these three. They're not missiles, they just basically come out like so. One thing that's interesting, if I can find it, I'll zoom into the camera. We'll zoom into there's a little symbol here. Looks like a spider symbol. When you press that lever, it shows that. An added touch that I don't even know why it's there. I don't think really anybody would be paying attention to that area anyways, that they would really say, oh look what it's doing, it's changing pictures. What do you want to call this? It's not bad. At least it's not a missile. But I mean, the plasma cannon suffers the same fate that a lot of these symbiote Spider-Men have. They just seem to have random blue all over the place. Seems no rhyme or reason for the blue that they've put on this. Some areas is, oh, that looks like it needs blue. What about over here? Oh, there's some blue. We'll put some blue there. That area looks a little bare. Don't worry, it won't be for much longer. We'll put a big blob of blue there. It just seems very random. Speaking of random, we'll put that down. Let's have a look at the Spider-Man that fell. The symbiote Spider-Man is like those Hollywood celebrities. You know, they get a little older in their age, and they think to themselves, I need a little nip, a little tuck. My nose seems to be getting a little, I got wrinkles around the eyes that at least needs a little bit of a touch-up. Looks a little good. Then they say to themselves a year later, ooh, it still looks like I need to touch it up a little bit more. A little bit more. And before you know it, they look like Joan Rivers. And a lot of people say, she's like, how does it look? And everybody's like, oh, it looks really good. But meanwhile, she can't move her face. Where was I going with that analogy? This kind of is my opinion of this Spider-Man. While I love the symbiote Spider-Man, I can't even pretend that I don't because I'd be lying. As much as I love symbiote Spider-Man, I find the biggest problem with a lot of these Spider-Men is they never know when to stop with the blue highlights. And clearly, I don't know if I just got the wrong one. This was the only one that they had at the Walmart where I picked it up. shop Walmart and save. But it's a lot. It's a lot of blue, a lot of unnecessary blue, especially on the front. There's a lot more blue than there is black, and Spot can't help but wonder, could have really stopped, I don't know, a few, let's say 3-4 washes of blue ago. The face is really nice. I love the big, bright white eyes there. McFarlane style eyes. The paint is very clean. I can say definitely the paint is very clean on the Symbiote logo, certainly on the back as well. He has no markings or anything on his hand. He doesn't have the squares or anything like that on his hand. But really good. Really good, and then they gotta ruin it with putting so much blasted blue all over the figure. Oh my god, look how much blue is all over this figure. I can't believe how much blue is all over this figure. It's the whole thing I'm thinking the entire time I'm shooting this video. I mean, that aside, I still like the figure. I just really wish, and maybe when these become more readily available, perhaps you guys can let Spot know down below as well. Say, Spot, don't worry. I found this guy in stores. He didn't have as much blue on him. But I don't know. I definitely got the wrong one, because I think there's just way too much blue going on in this figure. Now, as nice as the figure is, it does suffer the same problems as the other Spider-Man, at least so far from this 3 3/4 inch scale. That's the fact that while he does have good articulation in some areas like the waist, which I can excuse, but then things like ankles, the legs especially, the legs only have a standard swivel, which is disappointing, but by now I guess we are kind of expecting this. It's not along the levels of a Marvel Universe Spider-Man. However, I do say, looking at not only this Spider-Man, but of the other Spider-Man I've reviewed, paint-wise and overall sculpt, I think these are a much nicer looking figure than the really scrawny Spider-Man that we've gotten with the Marvel Universe. In the way of his articulation, though, he does have a swivel in his head that is also a ball joint. I also like the fact, oh, I better be careful, I don't want to kill Spider-Man. I also like the fact that his neck is not scrawny. He doesn't have really a narrow neck, which is good. He's also got a pin and socket shoulder, right there, you can see it. That will allow the arms to move out. See? Just like that. All the way up too if you want. It also allows the arms to rotate all the way around. Now, doing that on a normal human being certainly would break the arm. I don't recommend doing that. His armor is also in that same similar peg. You can see it right there. It's basically a clamp peg. My cat also is concerned in the background. You can bend at the elbow, rotate the arm back and forth. As mentioned, there is no waist swivel or anything like that. There is a swivel in the leg. He has a bend in the knee. The leg also rotates all the way around. And again, no ankle articulation. Which really for Spider-Man, you kind of need ankle articulation so you can get some really cool poses out of him. Leg articulation would have been nice too, that you can move the legs further out. But I think really the big strike for me for this figure is just so much blue. Oh, don't get me started on the blue. Oh, by the way, the attachment, there's a little hole on the undersiding there. You can take his hand, find which easiest way it is to get in, and basically it's that. Silly? Yes. Ridiculous? You guessed it. Little too much? I was thinking the exact same thing myself, but that's basically what it does. Overall, you know I had to pick it up because it was a symbiote costume Spider-Man. I'm really disappointed with how much blue they've put on this figure, and it will definitely make me keep my eyes open, my peepers open for more of these figures, because I want to see what the paint is like on the others. And again, if you've seen this figure, let me know. Let me know down below. As for this figure, the Symbiote Strike Spider-Man, paint-wise, really ruins this figure. I'm going to give him a 6. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the new Hasbro The Amazing Spider-Man 3 3/4 inch figures. Today we're having a look at the comic series Symbiote Strike Spider-Man. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.